Since the last video, the weather has turned very wintry. Along with the high winds came snow and rain, which means the ground is saturated once again. Never mind, I still have jobs to be getting on with. First of all though,
get the kettle on. See you in a bit.
Dave at the allotment. Dave, what are you after this afternoon? Still cracking on at the allotment? Get the kettle on. It's Dave at the allotment. See you in a bit.
Okie doke, kettle's on there. It's been raining. It's raining now. It's been raining for the past couple of days now, so the ground's soaking wet again. Still, I can still crack on with a few things. I've been down to Wilkinson's today. I got a few seeds, and I went to the pound shop. But I'll tell you about that later. What I can't do while the kettle is boiling though, I noticed the other day these overwintering peppers here, they look dead to me. That's it, I'm going to pull them out, that's it. That's a little job. There's always things that can get done and all that kind of thing. So during the rain I shall drink me cuppa and I'll tell you about my seeds. So I'll see you in a bit. Well, it's a cold, miserable day. I think I'll get the fire on. In fact, I'll be getting the rocket stove on soon, so we'll go in there in a minute. I just want to tell you what I've done today. I've been to Shields, I've been to the shops, Wilkinson's. I was going to get some cabbage seeds. Greyhound, I usually grow greyhound. But I noticed these £3 and you get 10 varieties, different things, all year round vegetable collection. So I thought, well, that's canny, I'll just buy these, you know. This is what you get in it. The broccoli, which is red arrow broccoli, cabbage, the golden acre primo 2, carrots, Nantes 5, the cauliflower are all year round, courgette, all green bush, swede, Helena, parsnip, tender and true, onion, Bedfordshire champion, leek, Leon 2, prize taker, and kale, dwarf green curled. So for £3, that's not bad. Out of all of these seeds, I won't be growing the broccoli because I can't. It doesn't work for me, like in my soil for some reason. I will be growing the cabbage, the carrot. I'll give the cauliflowers a go, but that's another thing, I cannot really grow them. I'm definitely not growing courgettes because I don't eat them. Swedes, I'll grow them. Parsnips, grow them. I might put a few of these onion seeds in. Bedfordshire champions, they sound interesting. The leeks, I've got plenty of leeks, and I'll definitely be growing the kale. So that's some of the things I'll be growing. I also went to the pound shop and I've seen this patio vegetables, perfect for growing in containers and grow bags, blah blah blah. And what you get in here, which is good, is chili peppers and the cayenne peppers, tender green beans, which are nice, sweet peppers or the Californian wonder, which are nice as well, you know, in fajitas and all that. Sweet corn. It doesn't tell you what sort of sweet corn it is, it just says sweet corn. So sweet corn. With aubergine, I won't be growing them and I don't like them. Tomato, yellow pear, I won't be growing them either. So that's a few of the seeds I got. I've also been going through some of the flower seeds I won in Mark's competition from West Allotments. And these are the ones I'm going to be starting off in the coming months. I've got the Cosmos, 2 varieties there, Piketty and Sensation mixed. I like them. Calendula, I like them. The Art Shades mixed. The sunflowers, I always like to grow sunflowers. These are the little yellow, sorry. No, what the hell? What am I saying? Little Leo. The dahlias. I'm looking forward to growing these. I want to try and do some nice show-sized dahlias this year. So that'll be interesting. These are dwarf double mixed, so they'll be good for shows. And then the nasturtiums. Now we're going to put them in that tray thing I made on the last video. I'll show you that later anyway. So, well, before I go, this is the perfect time for to do the allotment tip of the week. I don't think Jackie will come out in this weather, so I'll just do it. Like I was saying before, I won't be growing aubergines because I don't eat them. I won't be growing courgettes because I don't eat them, etc, etc. You see what I keep saying there? Because I don't eat them. Now, and I've done this myself in the past. When I first got my allotment, I used to go and buy all sorts of seeds, and I still see things and it's like, oh, they'll be canny, but at the end of the day, I used to grow them, and I don't even like half of this stuff. I used to just grow them for growing sake, which is a waste of time, and really, so now over the years I've just stuck to everything what I eat. I don't grow anything I don't eat, because I don't see the point of it really. So that's my allotment tip of the week. Don't go too overboard, you know, and don't be too quick. Don't be too eager to start planting seeds either. It's still winter. Here's 2 allotment tips for the week. See you in a bit. Well, this rocket stove's been running for about half an hour now, and I just had an idea, so I thought I'd try it out, and it works. Check this out. It's hot enough to cook on now, so that's champion. Anyway, what I have done is boil a bit soapy water there, because here's another little tip for you. If you use terracotta pots, always make sure you clean them before you use them again. So this water's perfect temperature now. Just give it a good old clean, you know. It'd be best if you had a sponge or something, but I haven't, so this will do. Aye, that's lovely and warm, that water. Spot on. I wonder how long it'll take to boil the kettle. That is the question. Right, anyway, that's had a nice clean there. And if you do use terracotta pots, see the hole in the middle, you only need 1 piece of broken terracotta. Let's see if I can find the piece. No, it's all tidy. just a broken piece to cover the hole. It's not needed for drainage at all. It's just a case of not letting the soil fall through the hole, you know. Anyway, enough of that. I am going to actually sow something today, but I'm going to show you it anyway. These toilet roll tubes. A couple of people asked what I use these for, and if you don't already know, I will now show you. That pot's nice and warm as well. That's another the good thing about the terracotta pots is they'll keep the heat in. So as a little bit of an experiment here, what I'm going to do, since that's nice and hot and it's nice and warm in here, I'm going to sow some broad beans, and this is what I use the toilet rolls for. Fill them up with compost, if you can see. Good quality compost as well. This is from good old Wilkinson's. It's okay for what I need, like. Does the trick, as they say. Now, if you haven't used toilet roll tubes before to grow stuff, I really would recommend it, like, because you know everybody needs to use toilet roll, and at the end of the day the tube just gets chucked in the bin. Just fill them up to the top anyway. And then get your broad bean seeds. These are Sutton Dwarf. I always grow these ones. They don't grow very tall, so you don't have to worry about black fly and stuff like that, you know. And then just stick them in. On the side. As if you don't already know. Not like that. Just like that. So I'm just going to try 6 for now. See how long these take to grow. I think they'll take a while. They'll just stand still until it's time, you know. Just put that there for now. So that's that. Give it a little watering. I filled this watering can out of the fresh water from here, and it's been sitting in the greenhouse for about a week, so you know it's not freezing. And that's that. What I'll do, I'll stick it on here. I'll stick it on there for now. I'll crack on with a few other jobs.
As the ground is once again too wet to dig, I decide to harvest the rest of my leeks, so when the soil is dry enough, I will be able to crack on with some digging. This is how I prepare the leeks for eating. not a bad size. I use a good strong pair of secateurs to take the roots and leaves off. Knock the excess soil off from the roots to make it easier to cut, then trim the roots like so. Then cut the leaves off from the first leaf break. Take off the outer leaf layer and give it a wash. Sorted.
Well folks, that's it, the rain's not going to stop. I'll just quickly show you here. The planter that I made is in pride of place next to the YouTuber. So it'll look canny. I can either put pots in or I'll just fill it with compost, one of the two. I think I'll stick with the pots though, because it'll be better, I think. So I'm going to have like nasturtiums at the bottom here, trailing over. I might put some strawberries in this one and see what else I can put in, but not too bad. Not too bad. Even though it does look like a pallet. But it won't once it's all finished. Anyway, that's it for the day. I have been a little bit busy. I was looking for me terracotta pots. But look at that. My shed's got a leak. And don't forget folks, you want to collect your tubes because they come in useful. This is a special one. It's a U-tube. My potatoes are under there chitting away. Well, they will be chitting once the weather starts warming up. But while I was having a look in an empty garden to find some more terracotta pots, I found these. Now there's a pile of potatoes and some of them have started chitting. It's obviously the ones that he dug up and then just left. But some of them are canny. I don't know why he's left them actually. But like I say, some of them have started chitting there. Got canny sized chits. So I've got half a dozen there. I'll cover them over, see what happens. Apache they look like as well, so that's canny. Aye, terracotta pots, you cannot beat them. I'd love to grow everything in terracotta pots like, because terracotta pots are great. Some of them are really old. But the good thing about the terracotta is they keep the heat in, they keep the moisture in, and they'll keep the heat in, or whatever, you know. Plus you can go from, like, that's a 6-inch one, there's a 5.5-inch one, and you're best off to start off with a really small one, which is, I shall just get my handy tape measure here, see if I can do this with one hand. Right, that's a 3-inch pot. 3-inch, so that'll be 3.5-inch. But like I say, it can go up and up, because that's the best way to, that's another little tip as well. If you're starting off a seedling, you don't want to start off in a pot like that and then put it straight into a pot like that, because it'll die. The roots will just go, whoa, what's going on here? So what you've got to do is, and this is the old-fashioned method, you'd start off in there. Once you start seeing the roots coming out the bottom there, plant it into the next biggest one, which is a 1/2 inch bigger, and then once you see the roots coming out of there, you go into the bigger one again, all the way until you get it. Now that's big enough for any plant, that's massive. And another good thing about them, if there's any cracked or broken ones like this one here, you can use them to put in the bottom, you know. Like I was saying before, you don't need loads in the bottom of the pot. You don't need a load of broken crockery or whatever in the you just need one piece there just to cover the hole so all the soil doesn't fall out. That's all that's for. You get plenty of drainage because the terracotta will let the water seep through if it gets too like waterlogged or whatever, you know. But that's what I've been doing today, finding myself some more terracotta pots. So some of these, like I say, will be well old. Them ones there, Sankey. What is it? Bulwell. Aye, so that's about it, folks. Cannot show you now else. That's it. I'll just stand outside because it's a bit more lighter and you'll be able to see us better, if you know what I mean. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Not that there's been much happening today, but I can't help the weather. Hopefully it'll dry out soon, like, because it's nearly time to start planting things. Anyway, like I say, thanks for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting and everything like that. I think by the next time I make a video I'll have 2,000 subscribers because I'm only 16 away now. Woohoo! So I'll have to tell Jock to get his kilt out and start doing some Highland jig thing. Right, okay, that's it. I'm off. I'm going to take Annie out for a little walk. She's by the way, if anybody's interested, she's, you know, her legs are getting better. She's off the medication now, so we're going to get her some of that You Move, like cod liver oil stuff for dogs. Get her on that, so hopefully that'll be it. And she'll be back over here when the weather brightens up and all that kind of thing. So like I say, once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra now.